Alright, today I'm going to be showing you guys some really advanced MIDI techniques that I use to get some of the sounds out of different devices like like synthesizers and stuff like that. This is a Korg Triton Extreme, and I like it because it has the valve effect. Like if I go to program, that valve broke. Oh, local controllers is on, so the valve won't work. But this is the MIDI synthesizer I use. Now, in Pro Tools, I'm using Pro Tools 8, but it's basically, the same as far as this goes. Go to your new session, create a new session, and I always create a blank session because I never know what I need. We'll say MIDI setup. Alright, so first thing you want to do is select the track. Now the track that I'm using is going to be a MIDI track. It doesn't matter if it's stereo or mono. MIDI track. Now here we can go into the mix screen and check out. Actually, we'll go to the edit screen. Regions is what we're looking for. Not regions, sorry, none. You see the MIDI patch controllers, and you can pick the different sets here. These are actually the sounds that are coming from the synthesizer. So MIDI, because actually let me go back to the. You see, it's all on Triton sounds. So if I go here, this is for your MIDI. I'm going to pick Triton keyboard and channel 1. And the reason I'm selecting channel 1 is because if I go over here to the synthesizer, most synthesizers are set up the same way, to the sequencer mode, you see how I can select the different tracks. Now, the MIDI sequencer is already set out from 1 to 16. So your first track on your synthesizer is going to match the first track on Pro Tools. So with the first track, I'm going to select like track 1 and just go to the first track. And you see it's the Concert Grand Piano. Now most MIDI banks are set up so you can scroll and change pretty much across any different system. So if I go to none, I can actually select the different sounds on Pro Tools. I'm sorry, with Pro Tools from the MIDI sequencer. And let's see. If you see, if I change it here, it shows here as the bank. The patch changes and the file number changes. Now the convenience of that. A lot of people use HD now, but most people don't have HD or the capacity to use tons of effects in one session. So if you have a dedicated synthesizer, you can go to your synthesizer effects and route effects from the synthesizer before you send them to the Pro Tools session to record. And that is really neat. And plus, with your MIDI notes channel and mapped out right, you don't even have to save the session on your actual synthesizer, which saves you time as well. But you still have to save the session on your keyboard if you want to route the effects out, because as far as I know, you can't store effects from the synthesizer on Pro Tools. But aside from that, it is a really great way to make some sounds without actually using your synthesizer. I know a lot of people still use the synthesizer to make sounds. Dr. Dre, I think Timberland makes a lot of sounds, or a lot of tracks on the just on the chord Triton. But it's fun to experiment with both and see what you can come up with.